So today we are painting my unborn daughter. That sounds weird. My baby's room. We're painting my baby's room. We're not going to be doing much. We're going to be painting it yellow. We're going to be painting it and then just the walls. The trim's already white. We don't have to do anything with that. And then we're going to be setting up most of the furniture, which we've gotten in already. I don't really know how crazy it's going to look. I do rent here, so I do have to do a better job than I normally do. But we're going to get started by moving everything out of here, sweeping, and then putting down some tarp. Okay, so everything's out of here. From here, I'm going to bring up the tarp and my paint supplies. And I'm not going to tape anything off. So I generally don't tape off edges. I leave a big enough gap with the roller and then I cut in with the brush. I'm by no means a professional. I've painted way more than I would have liked over the past few years. But again, because this is a rental, I'm gonna make sure I'm extra careful. I do have trim paint if I do drip on the trim, but I'm gonna try not to do that. And I'm gonna go grab the tarp, paint roller, paint, and get that started. So to start off with, first thing I'm going to do is take off all of these outlet covers. And I guess I lied a little bit. I don't tape off the trim. I'm going to tape over the outlets, the outlet sockets themselves. I can take the covers off, but I don't want tape to get on the sockets around the outside there. So I'm going to start taking these off. This just pops off. Edges of this thermostat here. As you can tell, I have no foresight, and I change my mind constantly. So I am gonna also be taping up the edge of this. Now, you can see this here is janky as crap. But like I said, I rent. I don't own this place, so I can't replace that. I'm not going to be painting it, but I don't want the paint I'm using to get on top of that. So I'm going to run some painter's tape along the top edge against the wall, just so if my roller happens to go down further than I wanted it to, I'm going to tape there. Watch that. From here is the fun part. You could, or probably should, wipe down the walls first. I'm not gonna do that. These walls, we only moved in a few months ago. These walls were just painted, so it is a matte finish. So it should be pretty easy to go right over. Gonna be using just, your run-of-the-mill bare paint and primer. Hopefully that's enough. Gonna mix this up, set the roller up, and start going. Now, again, lacking foresight, I generally use a liner for these because it's a whole lot easier, a whole lot cleaner, but I do not have any. So I'm just gonna wipe this out and use this as it is. From here, I have kick dogs out because paint's getting opened. And this is gonna get, or hopefully it doesn't get messy. The point is for it to not get messy. So I picked this up, just an eggshell, bright yellow. Just got it mixed yesterday. Should not really need to be mixed, as you can see. And from here, I'm going to pour it out and start painting. Come on. Hey. I'm using this cheapo 3/8 inch nap roll. And one more use for the tape. I'm gonna do the tape around this real quick, and it'll take off any of those loose fuzzies, so those don't come off on our new paint and our new painted wall. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's a whole bunch of fuzzies that would have come off. I'm gonna try to keep this super tidy. And what I'm using this runner here is, it's long enough for each wall. So I don't need to tarp out the whole floor. I don't think I need to, at least. But I'm gonna use this, and I just move this along to each wall as I move on, because we have to do this one at a time. Shouldn't be getting paint anywhere on the floor here. And so my goal with this is I'm going to roll everywhere, then I'll come back in and I'll cut it in all the edges and the trim and stuff like that. That's the plan. It looks like I'm only going to need one coat, which is good because I think I only got enough paint for one coat. This is a white matte paint, so I didn't think it was going to be too hard to cover. But, you know, as you can tell, this is not a how-to video, more of like a vlog, I guess, I don't know. But with this, I'm trying to keep in mind not to use too much paint, and you don't want to squeeze the roller as you're doing it, as I'm telling you how to do it, or how not to do it. I can tell you that, I can tell you not to do it. I don't necessarily know how to do it the best way. But I'm going to keep rolling around, and once I meet up back at the other side, I'm going to come back in and cut. So far, and it's a little more orange in person, but this is one yellow ass room. Yeah, it's definitely coming up more yellow. I would say in person looks more like what's on my hands here. It's more of like a almost orange cream, like an orange creamsicle. but I'm actually pretty happy with it. So from here, I got my stool because I'm real tiny, and I like to cut in on the top first along the ceiling, and then finish up on the floor. So it is painted. It's a little more orange in person than what it looks like on the camera. But now it's time to take the tape off. And then I think we're gonna just let that dry for about an hour before I start messing around in here. I don't wanna mess up the paint. I don't want my dogs to mess up the paint. Throw this window fan back in the window and have it suck the air out, because I want to vent all the toxic fumes out of my house, so it doesn't affect my pregnant wife when she comes home. I'm going to change up my paint covered pants, and I'll see you guys in about an hour or so. Supposed to put that string was attached to a bag that contains all my content there. Alright, that was a pain in the butt to get out. This is a crap ton of pieces, and this is going to take care of. So it's getting late. I think I'm just going to put this on a time lapse and you can watch it. I was gonna say unfold, but I guess you can watch it come together. more times. The dresser's all set. That knob did break, but I'm gonna glue it. I'm sure we could request a new one. Who knows if they send just the knobs. I'm just gonna try to glue it, tape it together, and see how that works out. Glue together the knob, and I think it worked. I have no idea how strong this is gonna be. Probably not very, but I doubt they send just knobs. Now, yes, Ellie is tired. Onto the crib. And this is how it turned out. So it's hard to tell, or the color is not accurate in the video. It's much more of like a custard or a mango than this like bright yellow. And obviously this is not fully set up. This is just all we have for furniture right now. We have a rug coming in, we have a shelf, a rocker, all that stuff. Well, this was it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't really know if this is going to be something that's going to be more of a regular thing. I don't have a lot of painting to do right now, but if one of my apartments become vacant, we can maybe show me getting that ready for tenants. But if you stayed to the end of the video, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, press the like button. If you want to see more content, maybe not like this, but just me doing all the stuff that I generally do on a regular basis, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, tell me how hideous you think this color is, tell me you like it, tell me what color you paint your baby's room, and I'll see you guys on the next video.